Hi.
I forgot to put it on Facebook. I was like, oh my God, I had to go back and redo it.
Oh no, it's okay. It's no biggie. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you? I haven't seen you in a while.
In like what, 2 weeks? Well, no, you saw me the other week for past lives.
Oh, yeah. Week before last.
Yeah, week before last. So it's been a week. I know. I've been doing other things. But hello everybody. Thank you for joining us today. Today we have Akashic Records. And that's an exciting thing to talk about. It's interesting. It definitely befuddles a lot of people because they're not sure what the Akashic Records are. But last week we had past lives, and we were speaking about how past lives, we read our past lives to know what has affected us in this life, so that we can elevate or move forward or whatever it is that we need to do, um, to, elevate spiritually. With the Akashic Records, it is all of our lives, past, present, future, where you are originally from, why you may not feel connected to this planet, um, what things from your past are affecting your life now, why you think the way you think, just all your lives that pretty much come together to make you who you are at this point. So, ultimately, yeah, that's what the Akashic Records are. Can you read the Akashic Records with tarot? Well, we do have the Akashic Tarot here. We all got it. We all have it. The Akashic Records are not normally read with cards, though. The Akashic Records are normally done through meditation and being able to astrally project to be able to read your records for all your lives. You can read your own records should you choose, or if you want, you can read other people's records as well. But you do get permission to read other people's records. That's rude just to bust into other people's lives, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's just ethics.
That's ethics. So, with that being said, if you want to know why does it feel like I'm going through this karmic situation, why does it feel like I'm repeating cycles, it would be the Akashic records that you would get read, or that you would delve into to be able to get the answers to that.
Well,
So,
I did hear that, like, when you have deja vu,
mm-hmm,
that's because, like, when you, how do they explain it? Like the time space continuum, everything is happening all at the same time. We're just like in different little planes or versions. And so when we sleep and we drink, we travel. And sometimes when we have like a deja vu, we've already had this conversation. Well, you dreamt about it or actually traveled to that time and
mm-hmm.
heard that conversation before.
Well, it could also be said that all of our lifetimes are happening at the same time.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. And with the time space
Yeah, the time
continuum.
space they happen at the same time, which is why some people say, the term doppelganger.
Uh huh.
They say that a lot of the times a doppelganger is just us from another time period.
That could be interesting.
So, and they said everyone has a doppelganger, everyone. So I have yet to see mine, but supposedly everyone has a doppelganger.
Yeah,
But I think, huh?
I've heard that.
Yeah, and I think it would be interesting to run into mine, but then I don't know if I want to run into mine because I'm not sure how I feel. But that is correct. With the Akashic Records, everything, it seems to be happening at the same time, but in certain cases, you're looking backwards, right?
Most of
Um,
the time, I would say, because,
Not always. A
well,
lot of the time, you're looking in the future.
but for like the really big life changing events, those haven't happened yet. So you
Correct.
can't access those records yet.
Well, the
Because
thing is, sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, because it depends on what you do right now, your energy now, that affects how your future will turn out.
Exactly. A lot
You
of people
get those
assume that, a lot
yeah,
of people,
sorry.
oh, go ahead, go ahead.
You can get those little snippets, like the little conversations, or like if you travel to Paris and you're like, I've been here before. You can do little things like that, but not life changing.
Well, a lot of people assume that when you read the Akashic Records, just like when you read tarot, they assume that it's set,
Hmm.
that it's not fluid, but that's not true. The Akashic Records are just as fluid as tarot, especially when it comes to the future. Nothing is set in stone. And I think that's what's really exciting about the Akashic Records. You're pulling it out and you're like, oh my God, this is about to happen. But that's based on if you make these certain choices. It can always change, and then your records will change.
Yeah. I just found out today, though, that there was a book written about a cruise liner smashing into an iceberg, sinking to the bottom of the ocean, killing 1,200 people. It didn't have enough lifeboats, all kinds of stuff like that, right along this 14 years before the Titanic sank. This book
That
was
is correct. That is very correct. It was called
Futility.
yeah, it was called Futility, but the book on the name of the boat in
Oh,
Futility, I believe, was
the
named
Titan.
Titania.
Titan, the wreck of
Or
the
the
Titan.
Titan. Yeah, the Titan.
Hmm.
So that was really crazy, but then that goes along a whole different set of lines that I can talk to you about later. But it goes along a set of lines that our imaginations create,
Oh yeah.
manifest our life, and
Well,
that's along the lines of Neville Goddard.
it could have been part of the Akashic records. Someone saw that one event, but it
Hmm.
didn't have to happen. And even people tried to change it. You
They
know,
did. They tried to say don't make the boat so big, or maybe have more lifeboats, or
don't
anything.
go so fast. They were told there was an iceberg out there. I mean, why would you not put more lifeboats on? Because it made it ugly? I mean, that's
Because poor people didn't matter. They did not matter. And so that's disappointing in itself, right?
mm-hmm.
But that's life. Is anyone live on the chat? I don't see any chats yet. Let me see. Oh, I
Do you
do.
have comments
Hi,
on?
everyone. Hi, Raja.
We have
I'm
a,
on my phone. Huh?
oh, I said we have a comment from Nika. She said, these are reasons why I really do think that some kind of time variance authority exists. Someone is keeping these timelines in order.
Is someone? I wouldn't say someone is keeping timelines more. I think just timelines may sometimes exist, and that
Mm-hmm.
we ourselves as human on each dimension keep the timelines in order. It would be interesting to know what would happen if the timelines were not kept in order.
Right?
But then I'd be like, do I really want to know what it looks like to see a Tyrannosaurus Rex or something else that maybe I don't want to know about?
Right?
Like,
Pterodactyl come down and swoop you up and take you away and eat you for dinner.
I'd be like, there's no way you're outliving that. No way. We have another chat. Let me see. I'm looking. Well, let me say hi to Pamela. Hi to Michelle. Hi to Raja again. Hi to Mitchell. Hi, Nika. Hi, Diane. Hi, Barry. I hope you guys are doing well. So some people, like, getting back on, like, the topic, how do you access your
Mm-hmm.
Akashic records, right? Meditation. You have to be able to sit still. And a
Yeah.
lot of people have a really hard time with meditation, have a really hard time with sitting still, but that is what is required to be able to access your records. It's not something like, I'm going to sit here, I'm going to play some music, and then boom, I'm going to pull out the book from the Akashic records and see what's going on with me. No. And actually, you would not sit there and try to access the Akashic records your first time for an hour, for 30 minutes. No, you're going to sit there for like 5 minutes, because being able to access the Akashic records is really, really, I want to say, heady. It's a lot of energy being pulled in. It's something that you build up to be able to do. So if
Yeah,
you're not used to, huh?
I have a little 4-minute meditation. I could play it, but
Yeah,
YouTube, I'm gonna tell you, people on YouTube, if the screen goes blank, just wait a couple minutes. We'll be back, because sometimes YouTube blocks these kinds of things. But yeah, I'll play it for you.
that would be great. I appreciate it.
Let's see.
So I'm going to answer
This
Nika's
process.
question too.
Okay,
Oh, go ahead.
go
Nika
ahead.
said that she got an Akashic record reading, and the woman told her that she was never meant to work for herself. The Akashic records cannot tell you what you can and cannot do for your future. That's not what they're designed to do. What they're designed to do is give you guidance so that you know what you need to do to elevate, but then also to give you guidance on what happened to the past, or what happened in the past, as to what got you here. no Akashic record is going to be like, you can't have babies or you can't do this. Because, like
Yeah.
I said, nothing is set in stone. So there's still free will. So that would be incorrect. She was incorrect in telling you that you were not designed to work for yourself. Is it like tons of information flowing to you? Yes. Now, when I access the Akashic records, I think my most difficult thing is when I've done Akashic record readings for people. I used to offer them. I offered them for like a month, and a lot of people are not aware of what the Akashic records are. They're just like, "Oh my God, that seems amazing. Let's get that." So you get it, and they're waiting for you to pretty much tell them their whole destiny, right? But as we know, as diviners, as readers, there's multiple destinies.
Mm-hmm.
It's already created. It's already been created. It's up to you to grab which destiny you want to go with. Um, and they're waiting for you to tell them their divine purpose and their divine destiny according to the Akashic records. And then you have to tell them, well, you have multiple. Which one do you want to choose? Or you tell them what planet they were from thousands of years ago. And so what I ran into is people didn't really know what the Akashic records were. They did not know what the Akashic records were used for. So they did not know what to expect, or they were just lost in the expectation of the reading, which was a little disappointing because most of the time you think if you're getting an Akashic record reading, then you know what you're paying for, because they're not cheap. Akashic record readings are not cheap because they take a large energy toll on the reader. But they're not designed to tell you what you can and cannot do. And yes, it is a large amount of information flowing to you. So you have to like really be able to compose yourself and breathe, because you're trying to express whatever's coming to you to the person that you're reading in the most efficient and effective way. Um, I had an experience where it was a lot of information flowing into me in different language. Yeah, I understood it. That might have been a download, Barry. You may have been downloaded at that time, prepared to elevate. That could be that too. Not always the Akashic records, because usually you're walking to access the Akashic records. You go there specifically with that purpose. But what do you think, Lynna?
Yeah, that's kind of what the meditation does too. It walks you down through this thing. I can play that. Let keep talking for a minute because I want to find a picture to put up that so people don't have to look at us during their meditation.
Mm, that's what I call it. The Akashic records, you call it a download, Barry. No, Jed, there is no set future. My Akashic reading was on point. It helped me to understand a lot about me. Exactly. That's what the Akashic records are for, Chaz. They help you understand yourself. They help you understand why you're repeating cycles, or what you're doing here this round, and sometimes why you came back this round the way you did. But they're not designed to tell you what you can and cannot do for your future. Because once again, you have free will. You're going to decide what you can and cannot do for your future. They can just tell you what happens if you take certain paths. That's for sure. Let's see. I stopped offering Akashic record readings because people didn't understand the purpose of them. So I kind of felt bad when they felt like, well, this is not what we expected, but
You
I
know,
figured.
when we do tarot readings, people come in sometimes, and I think this is what you're saying is people come in sometimes, and they want you to tell them what they want to hear, and when you don't, they don't get it.
Right. I think one of
So,
my
so it
friends,
sounds like what you're saying with the Akashic records is you're not telling them what they want to hear, therefore they don't.
yes, they don't understand it. I had a friend, and I believe she got an Akashic record reading done. She wasn't aware that's what she was getting done, and they told her that she could not practice the craft. That
Hmm.
something happened in the past, and she was not allowed to practice the craft, or her life would go downhill. And I was like, I don't think that would be correct in
Yeah, that's
saying
kind
that.
of like what they were telling Nika. You can't be in your own business because you've never been successful in your own business in the past. That's bullshit.
Exactly. Go ahead, Mama. Sorry, I had to let a kitty out of the room.
Oh, no worries. Was it Sophie?
No, it was Dallas, my sister's cat.
Oh,
Chaz, I even got my soul group. I knew it was a star seed, which is also the purpose of the Akashic Records. It's going to tell you what planet you're from, or, you know, why you don't feel connected. But to know exactly what race my soul originated, and how it aligns with what you're doing in this life is pretty mind blowing. I agree with that. I agree with Jed. Someone threatened your potential. But that's the Akashic Records are designed to help you break cycles and help you elevate, not designed to hold you back and tell you what you can and cannot do. They're going to explain to you why you're repeating cycles, what things are occurring. And they're going to say, okay, how you choose to adjust with that is up to you. They may be able to give you suggestions as to how you can elevate, how you can work through it, but just to say, no, you can't do that. That's the only way you're going to break that. You're not allowed to decide someone's destiny or future.
all right. Kayla's asking if it can be done through astral projection. And I think that's what they were talking about when you sleep and you travel and you go and you get those little tidbits. And that's what causes you to have your deja vu. It's like, I've already had this conversation. Well, you did, but it was in a different time.
You're astrally projecting, meditation. A lot of people are like, we can just astrally project by sitting there. And you're like, you have to go to a certain level of zone to
Yeah.
astrally project. You
What
can
is
just
that?
be walking around.
REM? Don't you
Huh?
have to? Don't you have to be in REM sleep to do it?
No.
Yeah. Oh no.
You can actually
Yeah.
astrally project through meditation. You just have to still yourself and want to do it. You can do it through lucid dreaming. You just have to get yourself to a point to be able to do that. A state akin to sleeping,
All right.
but not completely sleeping.
I'm gonna turn my camera off. Yep. If you want to turn your camera off, you can. And we'll do
Okay.
the meditation. All right, guys. Y'all ready? Let's see if I can
Yes.
find it again. Gotta go back and find it.
This process will reveal to you your first appearance in the records of time. Take a deep breath. Relax. Let your shoulders drop. Let your whole body relax and feel a deep, peaceful calm coming over you. And as you feel yourself relaxing further and further, let yourself start to visualize, see, or sense yourself walking down a long path. It's a long path, but somehow you know that you are traveling a great distance through what seems to be a very leisurely walk. Continue to walk down this beautiful path. There are trees and flowers on each side. And as you do, you know that you will soon be coming to a clearing where the path will open up. And in that clearing, you will find out the first place that you landed in the records of time. Just let yourself gently approach that clearing now. And as you come to the clearing, take a moment to get a sense or a feeling of where you are. Let the mists clear and let yourself see what you receive. It may be heaven or a place of light. It may seem strange, unusual, full of color. Just let yourself get a sense of this peaceful record place. And as you do, open up your mind and your heart to receiving and gathering any information about this first record appearance for you. Any information that is important to you in knowing your history or applying it to your present life, or just feeling the peace of your connection with this record presence. Take a moment to get that information now and feel the joy of your first record presence here. It's so pure and genuine. And as you do, let yourself hold on to that sense of peace and joy. And slowly come back to this place and time now. As I count upwards from 1 to 3. At the count of 3, you'll be back at this time and space. Let yourself come back slowly. 1. Coming back slowly now. In the days, weeks, and months to come, you will be able to walk down this path and enter the records anytime you desire. Just let yourself know that the records are always available to you. 2. Coming back to this place and time, bringing the joy and peace of your eternal life, your eternal soul with you. And 3. Just stretch out now, back to this place and time, feeling so joyous, feeling informed and deeply connected to the Akashic realm.
You ready to come back?
I am.
All right, let's go.
Welcome back.
Yeah, welcome back. Did you guys do the meditation? What were some of the things that you experienced in it?
Well, I'm reading a comment by Mitchell Dara, and she said, or he said, I do these types of meditations. The one thing I'm going through is being very inquired to people I'm around more now than past months. I did an Akashic record meditation, one that I set up for myself, and it was definitely breathing. It was a lot longer because I put myself in a headspace, but I used it to astrally project myself out. But when I go and access the Akashic records, I see myself going upward, and there's a path, but it's filled with nothing but bookshelves. So it's like a huge library. And above it is, of course, the universe, different planets, things like that. And I just walk through, and it's alphabetized, and I grab the book that I need.
Yeah, that's the way I see it too. It's kind of like, how do I explain it? The movie The City of Angels.
Mm-hmm.
When this huge library, and there's different beings there, but it's just like, and instead of books though, it's scrolls.
Mm-hmm.
I see scrolls. You take out the scrolls and you can read the scrolls. Laverne is saying she saw Native Americans.
That's interesting. But did you find with the Native Americans, were they doing anything, or was it just Native Americans that you saw? I think like when I go through the Akashic records, I can smell the books.
Mm-hmm.
And they look different according to the age of the person, how many lives they've had, things like that. And I've enjoyed it. But I also know there's a special section for some reason in my library, for like ascended people, like people who are considered to have elevated so high.
Okay, uh-huh.
So I don't know why it's that way, but it is that way in my library.
Cool. That might be what those beings are that are sitting around the library. In mine. So, did anyone else have any experiences? I see we've got more than 2 people in here. I mean, if you feel like sharing, you can share. Oh, she saw teepees and clothing. Her great grandparents are Native Americans.
I think what's interesting is when you start accessing your records and you want to go back and you want to start connecting with ancestors or things like that, then you have something to work with as well, which is nice. I know for me, like when I started accessing, I was like a nomad. I kept traveling from planet to planet to planet, which makes sense for me. Like I would like to be settled, but I also feel restless sometimes when I'm settled in one place.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, it's time to go. It's time to go. It's time to go. Even though I may have been there for 10 years, I'm like, oh, I've been here for too long. And I enjoy it, but I'm like, ooh, I've been here too long. I have to do something different. And I'm constantly yearning for change in some way. And I realized, oh, that's because I kept moving from place to place to place
Mm-hmm.
in my lives. And Laverne says she loves being connected to her ancestors. That's exciting. And so I know Chaz said that he got the race of the starry seed that he was connected to, and I want to know how that felt for him to find the race of the star seed that he was connected to.
Is he still on here? Hi, J-Day. How are you?
Hi, Dede. I thought he was, but if he's not, then hi, Alyssa. Elissa.
I know. I always have to go back and say that right. Oh,
And
he's
she's
texting
cousin.
me.
I'm like, she's my cousin. I'm like, I still be like, messing it up. Gotta get it right.
Oh yeah, because she's a tall woman. I never expected her to be so tall.
I'm always like, dude, I'm just short and stunted. It would be nice to have some of her height. But Tanya's
Right.
tall too.
Alyssa's taller than Tonya. I think so.
Really?
Yes.
Mm.
And you've seen a pic. Well, you've seen a picture we all took together. I'm
Yeah, they
like
look
five
similar
foot
height.
one. I'm about the same size as her daughter. You know. Oh, he
I'm
said
trying to, huh?
he's here. Um, Tanya's like tall, tall. I don't know, like she's tall, like Amazon woman tall.
Let's see. Oh, he said it was amazing. It felt like he felt to his core. He's like, my soul originates with the Pleiades star system, matriarchal race. I can see that.
Pallades. That's the seven sisters.
Pleiades?
Pallades. Yeah. You've seen the
Pleiades,
seven
okay.
stars with the seven stars with the seven sisters.
Say it again.
You've seen in the constellations the seven stars, the seven sisters. Yeah, that's
Mm-hmm.
Pallades.
Oh, that's amazing.
Oh, she says she's only 5'7". Girl, you were tall compared to 5'1". You're like tall.
I'm like 5'2", so I'm short. And my
Yeah.
brother just sits there and laughs at me. He's like, you just look like you're just shrinking all the time. Like,
Yeah.
thanks.
Well, God only makes things to perfection. Some of us got there a lot faster.
Dude, if I was tall, I feel like I'd be a hot mess. Dede says she's convinced she's 5'7.5". Um, yeah, Chaz, that does make sense because I was saying all your strong ancestors are all these amazingly strong women. So it makes sense that you would be from a matriarchal star line. That's really cool. That's amazing. That's amazing. Has anyone else had their Akashic records read?
I know Tanya said she had hers done, but she's running a little behind today.
Yeah, I know. I know. And you haven't had yours done yet?
Uh-uh.
Well, are you gonna try to access them yourself?
Mm,
Or are you just not that curious?
I don't know because like even when I try to read for myself, it's hard for me to read for myself because I influence my own card. You know what I mean?
But you can't influence your past Akashic records. You can't. They're already written.
I don't know if I could do it for myself, to be honest. I might
You
have
should
to
try
get you. I might have to get you to do it for me.
it. Okay, I'll do it for you. I don't mind. I actually really enjoy accessing the records. I really love it. I have to say that I've accessed my own when I have been sleeping.
Mm.
That's because I kind of fell asleep when accessing them. I was just worn out, and I was like, I'm just curious. I just want to know. And then I was awake, and then I was gone. That was
You
the
were like in a
longest.
meditation and fell asleep.
It was the longest sleep I've ever gone through. I think I woke up at like I was in and out, but I'm pretty sure I woke up at about 2 that afternoon.
Wow. I've
So
done
yeah,
that. I've gone to bed and woke up like 14 hours later, and I'm confused. I don't even know what day it is. You know?
I try not to because I feel like it gives me a headache. But
Yeah, I
yeah,
mean,
the
you wake
Seven
up at 4 o'clock
Sisters.
in the afternoon, and you think it's 4 o'clock in the morning, and you're like, why is it light outside?
Alyssa says she's read her own, and Tanya's done the Akashic records for her. Tanya might be able to do your Akashic records too.
Maybe.
Does the Akashic apply to the natal chart? I want to say no. Um, and the reason I want to say no is because it's all your lives, and all your lives are not all on the same natal chart.
That's true.
So your past lives are not going to be the same life that you had now. Your natal chart is always going to be changing according to your life.
Yeah, because that's based on the time and place you were born.
Exactly. Chaz said it's the Seven Sisters, the constellation of Taurus, very intuitive beings that descend from the Lyrians. Let's see.
Huh?
I like that. I mean, he learned about his otherworldly spirit guides that have told him they would help him from birth for other planetary ones. I think that's amazing. So you got a great Akashic record reading. Hey,
Yeah. Yep.
Shay. So my friend got her Akashic records read. And of course, for her, the woman recorded it as well. And she found that she was from a planet with fire. She's also a starseed. And that's why she's obsessed with the phoenix and the dragon, because that's naturally just her birthright. And it was so many things, and it was pretty amazing. She sent it to me, and I got to listen to her Akashic records. I appreciate her being so transparent with me. But I personally find them amazing. I find them very amazing.
Yeah, I bought an Akashic record course over 2 years ago. I just never have done it yet.
I
Tanya
personally
said,
feel
"Lynn, you do that all the time. You buy stuff and you forget about it."
the Akashic record readings are much easier to do than astrology, without a
Oh,
doubt.
I can't do astrology. I mean, I know
Astrology.
about Pleiades and stuff like that, but as far as like charting out someone's birth chart, I'm like, look, there's a service online. You can do it for free.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, it's just Day Day. The topic today is the Akashic records.
Yeah, you need to go back and listen. It's being recorded on YouTube as well. You can go back. There's a link in the description. And we did a meditation. Yeah, see, Alyssa says we can't read those charts either. My chart is so weird because I have like 4 houses that have nothing in it, and I have no idea what that means.
Well, when there's 4 houses that are nothing in it, they look at the outliers, what's next to the houses that have nothing in it, or if there's something on the cusp of it. But you can use your natal chart to find out what place you should live that will give you your best life. So there's so many different types of astrologers out there. I mean, there are ones that read nothing but your health. There are medical astrologies out there that will tell you what you're going to
Yeah,
have issues with in your life. And it is so crazy and so deep and so stressful, but they will be like, okay, this year, about this time period, you're going to start having issues with your knees. And this is why, blah, 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 blah. And they will break it down. But they can actually take your natal chart place it on a map. Like if you're interested in moving to a specific place, or maybe you're not sure where you should move, they'll put it on the map to see where the lines align, where the lines connect or line up to tell you the place that you should move for your best life.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's what it
It's
looks like.
pretty amazing.
Helped her, guided her in her movement. But there was this woman, it wasn't, I don't think it was astrology because she didn't have the natal chart at Newt's up in Portland when me and Tonya went to Portland right before the pandemic. And
Mm-hmm.
she may have been reading auras, but she would tell all these things health-wise that were going on. And then she would even tell you what kind of foods you could eat and exercises you could do to heal those parts. It was pretty cool.
Wow. I know the herb store that I liked that I used to go to when I would visit my grandmother had like the breakdown of how you should eat seasonally.
Mm-hmm.
And the herbs that you should take in seasonally to keep your body safe and healthy. And I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah. I wonder if Tonya still got that list. I don't think Taylor has it. Because both Tonya and Taylor got their aura read by that lady.
Oh, wow. I haven't had my aura read by anyone. I've read other people's auras, but I have not had my aura read by anyone. But I did have my natal chart done, which was really nice. And they talked to me about my business. But now I want to do my natal chart. Like, where would I want to, like, in the future live when I'm older?
Mm-hmm.
Or, you know,
I don't want to live anywhere. I want to live everywhere.
Yeah, but, you know, there's still an ideal place that fits your chart, that fits you. And they could break it down.
I want to travel all over.
You can still travel, but you still have a spot that you settle.
No, I have this RV that I want to buy, and it's like a $250,000 RV. It's a huge bus, and I just want to drive and go where I want to go, and when I want to leave, I can just pick up my house and go.
I know my friend wants to build out a box car, you know, like one of those UPS trucks, and like kind of just make it into like a travel truck.
Yeah.
With the bed and the kitchen and the shower and everything. And she wants to just travel as well.
Yeah, let me see if I can find a picture of that one. I had it.
For me, I don't know. I think I like movement, but I also like to have a place where I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to go home and sleep there for like 3 months.
Yeah, but these things are really nice. Really nice.
It's the toilet shower part that gets me.
Oh, no, this has a stand-up shower. It's really nice. Some of them even have like fireplaces inside of them and everything. Where is?
Well, cousin, you can read my aura. I would totally love that. Mitchell likes being in the mountains. Shay, she wants to get an old school bus and do it up. Oh, that would be hot too. I have seen those like modifications. And Dede wants to travel everywhere, but she loves traveling in languages. But she does want a place to call home. She can't do an RV. And I respect that too. It's the toilet part, man. Toilet in the shower.
Well, they do have some that you basically do have to sit on the toilet to take a shower. And I'm not trying to do all that.
Yeah, you want your standalone shower in there.
Yeah, it has a washer and dryer and solar, everything.
I mean, it takes away a lot of taxes. It takes away a lot of costs. No rent, right? You pay it off.
Pretty much, yeah, because you can go off grid with the solar on it.
Very true. Very, very true. While you're looking for that, I'm going to look into the Akashic Tarot here.
Okay.
And I kind of just want to pull like maybe 3 cards. Now, please note, guys, I am going to be reading the book on these cards. Like, I have a million tarot decks, but this one is really detailed, kind of like the Ma'at Tarot. The Ma'at Tarot is kind of like the Akashic Tarot. That's my most expensive tarot deck that I always say I will not spend more than... I paid $300 for that deck as out of print. And I'm like, I will never pay that much for a deck ever again. And I know it's a lie.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's a lie. It has to be a special deck, as there is a deck that's out of print that I really greatly want. Do you have it? Maybe Monster Tarot.
No.
Darn it. That's one that I want. But I was going through some of my tarot decks today, and I thought about you. I was like, ooh, I should show you this one. I think you would like it. All right, so let me see who is interested in having a pool. I believe Will Smith has a mobile home to die for. Probably. A lot of people have solar RVs. That is very true. I don't know if I could live in California. Congrats to my cousin for living in Cali, though. But Chevrolet full bath and kitchen. It's gorgeous. Wow, that's gotta be a lot to drive, though. All right, so I'm gonna pull a couple of people, and then Lynna can pull a couple of people should she choose.
Okay, I'm gonna have to read out of the book too.
All right, I'm pulling Alien. Let's see what we have here. Let's see. And I am reading from the book. I told you guys. So, what are your messages? Give me a second. And thanks for your patience, guys. I don't use this as often. This was a gift to me, and I like them. Let me see. But I'm studying other decks. Let me see. So you have the Seven of Scrolls reversed, the Six of Keys upright, and the Five of Keys upright. The Seven of Scrolls reversed basically talks about intricacies in industry. And it's saying that a project or relationship or work situation may not be moving fast enough for you. You may be too urgent about it and too attached to the outcome. Or you simply might not want to deal with the particulars. Be careful not to act in haste. A little fir tree doesn't reach the sky by pulling on it, and cathedrals are not built in a day. If you're not willing to be patient with the process and attend to the details, what you seek will collapse without ever coming to fruition. It's time to bring joy to the little steps now. Focus your work on intricacies and trust that even your tiniest efforts will compound to create extraordinary success. Basically, through the Akashic force, it says that there are small details in your life or a situation in your life that's requiring your attention. Close your eyes and imagine the situation is a puzzle in pieces in front of you. Imagine the individual pieces and sense what you notice and feel about them. Now, the keys. Yeah, I know. Let me see. I think it's interesting that this deck only has 62 cards.
Yeah, I noticed that too.
The Five of Keys upright says the scene is this card is a sign that the time has come for your wishes to be fulfilled and your dreams to be realized. Difficulties may have challenged you for a time, but even in these times, victory is assured. There's abundance of nourishment and acquired lands coming. The keys to the castle are yours. And the the Six of Keys is saying the waxing moon of the card shows an exciting time of abundance and growth. Your efforts have combined with external circumstances, and even the stars have aligned. If things have been financially tight for you recently, then you need to relax. There is great opportunity for increase and fulfillment in every way, financially, creatively, and even your reputation and prestige. So just do your work and get ready to receive. That is yours. Woohoo! So you have good stuff coming in. That's a nice thing. Money and all the work that you've been putting in coming to fruition, which is great. So that was a nice reading. Do you want to take the next one, Lynna, or you want me to do one more and then your turn?
Let's see.
Oh, Shay, Akasha, it makes you think of Aaliyah because her name was Akasha, but she was old. She was the original, and that would make sense that it would combine with the Akashic records because it's the original of all your life, everything.
Let me see. Who did you just do?
I did Alien.
Okay, let me do Laverne.
Okay.
Y'all want to see that RV I was talking about? I'll tell it real fast.
Yeah, send me RB.
That. I want that. I don't want a little one.
Oh my god, that's a whole bus.
Yes, I told you.
How are you gonna turn with that? That seems okay.
With the wheel. You gotta turn the wheel.
All right, you
But
got Laverne.
yes, I'm gonna do Laverne. So I'll do Laverne, and then you do one, and then I'll do Jed. So I'll do Laverne.
I'm gonna do Sierra
Okay.
because she had raised her hand. So I'm trying to go in some order. So I'm gonna do Sierra.
Okay. Laverne. And are you pulling one?
I pulled 3, but I think 1 might be easier, so I'm probably gonna pull 1.
Okay. So I'll do Laverne. I might do my weekly reading this week with these cards and see how that comes out. Okay, Laverne, you got the news. Let's see what it says. Oh my Jesus, how do you even look at the okay. It says the muse the muse plays a song of upliftment and imagination. The petals of inspiration drift upon the wind, filling the air with light and creativity. This card shows a time of very heightened resourcefulness and inventiveness for you. Any creative project, new or old, can receive exceptional energy now, both from you and from the universe. Call to the spirit muses and let them join you and the creator within to lift your project to the skies.
Nice.
Did you
Sierra.
read the Akashic Force?
Um,
It says, for Laverne, it says, close your eyes and touch in with the force of inspiration and pure potential. A swirl of music, beauty, movement, and imagination flow through you and around you. You can give birth to any possibility. Feel this power of creation now. Oh, good. You're working on projects. Yes, that's very good for you.
so Sierra Moss, yours is the 1 of scrolls, and it says that you're on track. Through travel or a move, though travel or a move can be indicated by this card, the meaning is often about your choices and directions. You may have been ambivalent about taking a certain track in your life with regard to a project, a relationship, a career directive, or even a location. But now it's time to decide. Even if you're not quite as assured as you'd like to be, the engine is smoking. There's direction that compels you to go, so get on board. You will not falter. The Akashic Force says, take a deep breath and say, I'm back on track. Feel the clarity of this declaration and let that energy fill you. As the state of readiness moves through you, sense just one simple action that will realign you with your purpose.
Okay. Oh, this is so odd. Well, you know how it works. Okay, Jed. I pulled for Jed, and his question, which I'll be honest, I totally ignored the question and just asked for a card for Jed. And his question was, "What are my keys to physical financial success?" Well, he got 2 of keys, the treasure. So let me see what that is for you, Jed. Well, how do you look up these? Okay, this is the first time I've ever played with these cards. So I gotta find the keys. Okay, there they are. The treasure. A man looks dejectedly at a smashed treasure chest in a room that obviously has been robbed and plundered. Behind him, a stream of light shines from below the lid of an unbroken chest that rests on a small table, the only piece of furniture in the room that hasn't been touched. This card represents a great loss or disappointment in your life right now. It could be the loss of a job, a relationship, or even an opportunity, but remember that this phase is temporary. It may take some time and effort to rally your forces to recover, but there is a great treasure within you that is always available. That little chest represents that part of you that is filled with light. It isn't vulnerable and it can never be lost or damaged. When you focus on what's wrong or what's lacking, it perpetuates your sense of emptiness and victimization. So don't let yourself get lost in your loss. Open the lid to your light and let it illuminate your way. There are other opportunities and greater wealth waiting for you to discover. And then it says, close your eyes and feel the treasure inside you. There is a golden light there that flows through your whole body and into the air around you. This is your boundless and abundant light, and it acts as a beacon to the world.
So I have Sirius Black, and she has received the news reversed. If you've been trying to give birth to a creative project, the labor pains are probably not over. Regardless of the type of endeavor, from a new business to a poem, you may be feeling caught in the power of proverbial writer's block, with your ingenuity at a low ebb. Even if inspiration does trigger your creative action, there may be outside obstacles that hold your project at bay. Try not to be too dismayed, though. This is only a passing phase, and you'll be able to handle it well if you don't resist the energy at hand. For now, let yourself move into a more receptive state and gather your resources. The time for you to use them will soon be at hand. The Akashic Force states for you: close your eyes and touch in with the force of inspiration and pure potential. A swirl of music, beauty, movement, and imagination flow through you and around you. You can give birth to any possibility. Feel the power of creation now.
Very good. Okay, so did you do Kayla? I can't hear you.
I have not done Kayla.
Okay, let me do Kayla. And I'm not reading reversals, by the way. I don't ever read reversals. So I'm just you can. I'm just saying that I don't. Just so people know. I don't read reversals in tarot either. So Kayla. So Jed, I think what they're saying is your treasure is inside of you. Kayla. Kayla got caught in the ruins. And that one says, in the ruins of a medieval castle, there is an old prison. The bars are still intact, but there is no roof over the room, and vines grow over the stones. A man and woman are inside, seating on old stools. A beautiful green forest grows to the left, while the castle ruins extend to the right. This card shows a dark and difficult situation that seems to have you trapped. It could be a hurtful, empty relationship, an unhappy or stultifying job, a behavioral or actual addiction, or even a negative, sabotaging belief system. It has held you captive for some time and may have even begun in some past life. But there is a way out, and as there always has been, it just takes some effort and determination on your part. Even if these limiting situations and actions are strong, they are self-imposed. The courage and strength required to change lie within you. You must change each faulty belief and every sabotaging choice as they happen. If you do nothing, you'll perpetuate your attachment to this dark situation. Like the crumbling castle, negative choices could stand for a long time to come. Don't let the ruins of your past ruin your future. You have the power to climb out now.
I have Shay, and she has received the King of Keys. I guess I should show the card sometimes. There's the King of Keys. And it says, whether the King of Keys represents you or another, be on the lookout for a major promotion, a heightening of income, or a furthering of career achievements. Careers in finance and real estate and business are typical for the King of Keys, but management in any industry can be forthcoming. This may also be a good time for self-employment and business expansion for you or a man in your life. The Akashic Court states for you, close your eyes and feel yourself step into an important position of power and wealth. You become the King of Keys, and you feel yourself straighten out and lift with a new strength and authority. As you survey your world, decide which part of your life you would like to approach with a greater sense of rulership.
Very nice. Yeah, I think I'm going to use this deck for my weekly reading. So
Go for it.
I'm going to do that today and probably upload it tonight, maybe tomorrow.
I have to get back to my weekly, so I'm going to probably download the pictures and images today and have them posted for tomorrow.
Okay,
So,
cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, so I think we got everybody that asked for one. So what would you guys like us to talk about, say, like next week? Any topics you'd like to hear about?
I don't know, what should we talk about? I know we have a couple that were sent to us. We can look at those too.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. What should we talk about? I feel like we've talked about so much.
We have. We've had guests, every kind of guest. We've had past lives.
We've had the black-eyed children,
The Lion
aliens.
Gate.
Mm-hmm.
Have we done the Indigo Children? Well,
we have not done the Indigo Children. We haven't done Star Seeds either.
I thought we did something on one of them.
We did the black-eyed children.
Yeah, we did the black eye, but I thought we did the Indigo Children, but they were called something else. The Star Child or something.
Well, I don't think the Indigo Children and Star Seeds are the same.
Kind of.
Let me see it. Is anyone saying anything?
Mm-mm.
No, what should we talk about?
Here, Shay, I'll give you a link. Oops.
What should we talk about? I'm like, man, we need more topics.
Yeah.
We can talk about lore. I mean, sometimes we have to have some really fun things that.
Oh, yeah, because we talked about Lilith.
Yeah, we talked about Lilith. We haven't talked about Hecate, and we talked about the demons because we had Marcus on.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Crystal children are different too. Okay. Shay said Indigo children sound good to her.
Okay, let's do Indigo Kids then.
Okay.
Jed likes Hecate too. Why don't we do? Let me look at the calendar. Let's plan to do Hecate on the 26th.
That should work.
Oh wait, no, I'm looking at the wrong. Damn it! I thought it was October already. Never mind. I was trying to get it close to Halloween, but that's
I think 10:30. Like
actually, we could do Hecate on Halloween because Halloween falls on a Sunday this year.
I think. Can I get back to you? Because I know that me and Tanya and Alyssa and I think maybe even Childs are supposed to be doing the mediumship readings. I had asked you, but you hadn't said anything yet.
Oh, okay. What time is that? Is it on Halloween Day?
Either it's going to be a Sunday, but probably a Saturday, actually.
Okay.
But it's like, for me, it's going to be late. And so I don't know if I was going to take Sunday and sleep.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Shay, I've been doing the tarot scopes for October. I'm trying to, so I won't be behind, do them ahead of time. And so I'm thinking it's October.
Let's see.
I'm trying to get rid of this year like I tried to get rid of last year. Y'all just let me be.
Man, I have to get my stuff going, but I'm studying right now. So I'm on a path of studying and mentorship. So I'm like,
Yeah.
studying takes a lot.
All right. So we'll do Indigo Children next week. Yeah, because I already have several books on the Indigo kids.
Well, then you will take the reins on that, as I don't really know much about the Indigo children.
A lot of it, I think that it. Well, I probably should wait till next week. I was going to say I think that a lot of the autistic kids are really Indigo children.
That would be interesting to like touch base on, for
Mm-hmm.
sure.
Okay.
So,
All right, guys. Well, I guess we will see you next week. If you want to go back and watch the video, I did drop the link in the comment section. It should be maybe in the description as well. But yeah, we'll talk about Indigo Children next week, and hopefully all three of us will be here.
that sounds great.
See you.
Guys, have a great Sunday and enjoy your off day tomorrow if you're off.
Yes, happy Labor Day. I
Happy Labor Day,
guys
guys.
later.
Bye.